Please welcome Shankari Srinivasan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, and hope you're enjoying the event. I'm Shankari Srinivasan, Senior Manager of Product Management in the Fulfillment by Amazon team. I'm very excited to be here and share some of our latest innovations on inbounding to FBA. Today, we will discover ways to streamline your operations and maximize inbounding efficiency for FBA. Specifically, you can save time when creating shipments. We will walk you through recent and upcoming changes that make send to Amazon and our inbounding APIs more flexible. Shortly after, my colleague Nate will share how best to prevent problems that slow down your inventory receipt at our fulfillment centers. First off, thank you for your support in transitioning to the Send to Amazon workflow last year. I hope you're enjoying the experience. Let's jump right into the shipment creation workflows. Just to recap, Send to Amazon has an intuitive design which simplifies shipment creation. We have embedded help material to guide you through the shipment creation process. We provide multiple transportation options to choose from. For instance, cross-border programs are presented to you at the appropriate steps. It includes recommendations based on your past shipments that should help you make changes to your current shipments if needed. Today, Send to Amazon is used by all sellers who create shipments on Seller Central. Till date, 1 million sellers across 18 countries have created inbound shipments on Send to Amazon. One of the key features we offered last year was the case pack templates. These templates reduce up to 5 clicks per SKU per shipment, as you can reuse the saved case pack templates for multiple shipments. We're happy to see that reusable case pack templates are used for 55% of our inbound volume. So what have we been doing since we last met in 2022? We are innovating on your behalf to simplify your inbounding journey with FBA. We heard your feedback and have continued to improve Send to Amazon to offer more flexibility to you. Let's start with this feedback. You told us that you would like to inbound pallets of single SKU boxes to make effective use of your transportation booking. We have now launched single SKU pallet templates to help you do just that. With these pallet templates, you can now define and add single SKU pallets to a workflow to inbound your FBA shipments more efficiently. Our systems will also ensure that the pallets are not broken to multiple destinations. You can create pallet templates in step 1 by selecting single SKU pallets from the template type dropdown and provide the number of boxes you would have per pallet. Let's look at this one. We launched Send to Amazon with 2 packing lines, one for case packed units and one more for the loose and individual units. But some of you mentioned that you needed more than 2 packing lines per shipment, more so when you had to inbound expiry dated products. Now, with file upload, you can share up to 4 packing lines and hence 4 different expiration dates. Moving on, you wanted a simpler way to provide box details, especially when you had many individual units. We have now launched the Scan and Pack feature, where you can use the barcode scanner to scan the products while packing, and our system will update the box details automatically. We hope you find this feature a time saver while creating your shipments. You also told us displaying 9 workflows in the active workflows window was not enough. We understand. As organizations and teams scale, you may need to do multiple activities in parallel. We now display up to 30 workflows in the active workflows window. We have also simplified the workflow renaming experience. You also wanted the ability to merge more than 2 less-than-truckload shipments to the same destination. Here we go. You can now merge up to 100 workflows containing less-than-truckload shipments to the same destination. We trust this will help you optimize your carrier booking process by reducing time for coordination and reducing your shipping cost. All the features discussed already are present in Send to Amazon workflow. Please do try it and share your valuable feedback with us. We will continue to launch new and exciting features in the coming days. In the next segment, I will give you a sneak peek into features that are currently in our pipeline for the rest of the year and beyond. We'll start with the transportation options we provide. You wanted more choices and more information while selecting transportation. Today, you would select a pickup date, but if the carrier did not have the capacity to pick up on that date, or the Amazon Fulfillment Center did not have a delivery appointment available, your pickup appointment may be rescheduled to the next available slot. Good news, we will integrate carrier pickup and Amazon FC delivery availability into the shipment creation process. In the calendar view, you will be able to see all available dates across all our partnered carriers. Unavailable dates will be grayed out to avoid missed pickups. We are also introducing a carrier selection experience. In the past, we only surfaced one partnered carrier option for the date selected. Going forward, we will continue providing you a recommended carrier option, but you could also click on Change Carrier to see other available carrier options. We will launch a shopping experience offering options across all of our eligible partnered carriers. You will be able to see prices, expected transit time, and ship modes for each carrier, and can choose the option that works best for you. In the screenshot, you can see multiple options if you decide to choose another partnered carrier. Sometimes you choose speed over price, or work with a preferred carrier, or choose a different ship mode, including full truckload. Or you can default to the recommended option. In addition to choosing the right carrier and pickup date, we also know that it's important that drivers show up at your location at the right time and with the right equipment for pickup. We've heard one key challenge to using our Amazon Freight partnered carrier was that you could not easily communicate your warehouse operating hours or special equipment requirements. So drivers may arrive when the site was closed, or may show up with a 53-foot trailer when what you needed was a box truck with a lift gate. Soon, you will be able to save operating hours and equipment needs for each warehouse address you have saved within Send to Amazon. Our Amazon Freight carriers will use the information to plan pickup at the right time with the right equipment. Switching gears to how you pack your inventory. With Send to Amazon, if you already have your inventory packed in boxes, you can easily create shipments. However, some of you wanted flexibility to create shipments before packing the inventory because of your supply chain dependencies. We spoke to many of you, and we understand your supply chain constraints. As a first step, we are introducing one more option on Send to Amazon. Pretty soon, you will be able to create shipments before you pack your inventory. We are enabling this for workflows containing only individual units and for less than truckload shipments. For eligible workflows, in Step 1B, you will now see an option to skip packing and continue. If you choose to do this, Step 2 will split into 3 sections, where you will be able to first confirm shipment destinations based on quantities provided, then provide packing details, and then confirm the transportation in that order. Lastly, you asked us for a consistent experience and better compatibility between Send to Amazon and our inbounding APIs. Some of you use Send to Amazon on Seller Central to create your shipments, whereas some of you may be directly integrating using APIs or using third-party tools for shipment creation. And we are aware of the current differences in experience between Send to Amazon and our inbounding APIs. Our vision is to enable you to seamlessly create shipments through Send to Amazon, APIs, or both. We also want to support developer teams who innovate on behalf of sellers like you. With the new APIs, you can access the same features that are available on Send to Amazon. We will launch the new APIs in phases, partnering closely with you. We need your help in two areas. Watch out for the open beta when it's launched at developer-docs.amazon.com, and encourage your developers to participate in the beta and give us your feedback. Until now, we spoke about all the improvements we have made to save you time while creating shipments. I now call upon my colleague Nate to help you with strategies to prevent problems and reduce time to receive your inventory at our fulfillment centers.
Hi, I'm Nate Shea. I'm excited to be here and to talk to you about how we're partnering together to enable faster receive and fulfillment of your inventory to your customers. I'd like to first start with how the inventory you ship to us is processed. Let's start at your facility, your distributor's facility, or your manufacturer's. So your inventory that you have is prepped and labeled for fulfillment by Amazon. Every unit has unique prep requirements that help protect it during that fulfillment process. And the label allows us to identify that unit as we process it through our supply chain. This inventory is then put into boxes, and these boxes are labeled. This label uniquely identifies what's in that box based on what you told us. Now, these boxes may be palletized depending on the mode of transportation you choose to send your inventory to Amazon. If you're sending a small parcel, it will be in a box form. And if you're sending it via truckload, it will be palletized. You then hand off these boxes or pallets to your carrier. Your carrier transports them to an Amazon warehouse, likely a distribution warehouse. This trailer comes to our dock and we unload the pallets and boxes. We then put these boxes onto a conveyance system. The box is conveyed all the way to a vision tunnel. This vision tunnel is really cool. It measures the dimensions of your box, the weight of your box, and it automatically receives the contents of the box based on that unique label. Now, our job is to put your inventory as geographically close to customers as possible. Now, to do that, we need to understand the supply and the demand in that local geo. And so, depending on what that is, we may ship your box directly to a fulfillment center without opening it, or we may open it to split the contents across multiple fulfillment centers. Now, when we split the contents, we call that item sortation. And it's really cool, some of the new technology that we deployed to speed up that item sortation process. Let's talk about it. So first, an associate opens up your box. They take your units out one by one and put it onto a conveyor that then has a camera above it that identifies the item based on the label that you have on it and it takes an image of it. That item is then shuttled to a container that is bound for one of our downstream fulfillment centers. Now, what's really cool about this technology is that we now have image proof of what is physically coming out of each box that we can link back to that label. Can we go back one? Now, we ship your boxes or those containers with the split inventory to a fulfillment center. Once it arrives at that fulfillment center, we then unload it and we move it to a stow station. Now, historically, stowing inventory into bins where it sits until a customer orders it was a manual process where an associate would take a cart, put the boxes and containers on the cart, move that cart through our fulfillment center until they get to a static bin where they take each unit out, scan it, scan the bin, and put it in the bin. Our new technology moves those bins to our associates for faster processing. This technology is really cool. Essentially, there's a tower of bins that are moved around through our fulfillment center by a robot we call Kiva that looks a lot like a robotic vacuum that you would have at your house. So the associate is static at their station. They open up the box or take inventory out of that container we split it into, and they just put it into a bin that comes to them. Now there's a camera above the associate that scans that label as they move it into the bin and also scans the bin that they put it into automatically so the associate doesn't have to do it, speeding up that stow process. Now, as we continue to invest in technology to increase the speed at which we can receive and distribute your shipments, we also must eliminate the problems that slow down that process. We realize that we're not perfect and are continuously investing to eliminate problems that are within our control. We are also investing in speeding up the resolution of problems when they do occur so that we can move that inventory as fast as possible through the process. With that being said, this is a partnership, and we need your help. For example, problems such as incorrect quantity in a box, oversized box, overweight box, inventory that isn't prepped or labeled, or a box that doesn't have a label on it, all require us to manually sideline it, inspect it, and resolve it, which slows down inventory processing time. The fastest possible receive and processing time occurs when there are no problems in the process. And you can help us by providing accurate shipment information and carry information, as well as following the proper prep, packaging, and labeling of your inventory. Next, let's talk about the tools that we've implemented to communicate more effectively on problems and how to resolve them. The Shipment Performance Dashboard is your one-stop shop for every ship to Amazon problem. You're able to interact at an aggregate or a detailed level. So let's walk through it a little bit. At the top, you will see these horizontal problem categories that you can click into and see your 120-day performance history for that given problem category. What's also cool is you see a detailed list of every single problem that occurred for that category over the past 120 days at the bottom. You can interact with each problem instance in the next step column by clicking Resolve. Once clicked, it will open up a modal that you will see the specific issue and more information on that issue, as well as how to go and resolve it so it doesn't occur in the future. We are really, really proud of this Shipment Performance Dashboard, as we've had over 500,000 sellers visit and use it to eliminate defects in 2022. Now, you told us that you want to be aware of potential problems before they occur, prior to sending your goods to Amazon. We took this feedback and I built problem prevention within the ship to Amazon workflow using artificial intelligence. Now, how does this artificial intelligence work? First, we look at the characteristics of the shipment that you're creating. And then we also look at problems that have occurred in the past on shipments and their characteristics. And if they're similar, we then use that to provide more information on a potential problem that may occur, as well as preventative actions. Let's take a look at this example. This example is step 1 of the Ship to Amazon workflow, where the first item has an alert message. We're saying that this item had 2 units missing in the last shipment. And we want you to inspect the box and count the inventory inside to make sure that the quantity is correct. Please pay attention to these alerts to avoid shipment problems. Now, we first enabled this AI for quantity issues, oversized box, overweight box, but there's so much more we can do, and we're investing in that. Going into next year, we're expanding to new problem types on inbound, and we're also looking at things that carriers are doing as well and communicating those to you. For example, we're going to launch in the shipping queue messages when we don't have a carrier appointment or when we're missing tracking information on a shipment you're sending to us. Additionally, in the Manage Your Inventory page, we're going to alert you when an item may be going out of stock and could affect your sales so that you can replenish it in time. All Ship to Amazon problems cause supply chain cost. For example, when a unit doesn't have a label on it, it has to be sidelined for manual review, where an associate has to come to that unit, has to verify what that unit is, print out the label for that unit, and put it onto the unit before it's re-injected into the process. Additionally, there are problems in shipments that can cause problems across all shipments. For example, in 2022, during the holiday peak season, shipments that were sent to the wrong warehouse caused delays for all shipments that arrived at that warehouse. Most sellers eliminate their problems when notified through the tools that we talked about today and more. We find today that 20% of sellers are causing 80% of the Ship to Amazon problems. So in 2024, we are going to implement a service charge for repeated shipment problem occurrences. Our goal is to never issue a service charge, because when a problem happens, we notify you, and you then take that information to resolve that problem within your supply chain. We know that visibility is important, and we will make sure that we notify you before a potential charge can occur from an additional problem that will happen in the future. We will do this in the Shipment Performance Dashboard. You are an active participant in our plans. Use the Send to Amazon to provide feedback at each step of the workflow. Or at the end of the workflow, there's a survey where you can also provide feedback. Another way you can partner with us is to be a beta tester for upcoming new features and Ship to Amazon. You can do so by clicking the sign up link. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time. To provide feedback about this session and earn points to climb that leaderboard, use your in-app QR scanner to scan this code. Then select Survey from the panel on the right side. Thank you so much.